Going on, everybody? Today on the Debasement Index, we are going to cover one of the most transformational and forward-thinking companies in the stock market, and quite frankly, in the world right now. An old hotel company that after the year 2020 pivoted its strategy into a Bitcoin treasury company, not only growing its BTC balance sheet exponentially over the last years, but also giving hope to the people of Japan, finally providing yield to the biggest nation of savers in the world. Today, we're going to talk about MetaPlanet. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, what is MetaPlanet? Well, MetaPlanet is the first Japanese listed Bitcoin treasury company. And the company, their job is to leverage Bitcoin as its core treasury asset, employing innovative equity and debt financing strategies to maximize shareholder value, to increase the amount of Bitcoin that each share gives their shareholders when they purchase or hold MetaPlanet stock. Now, the history of MetaPlanet is actually something quite interesting. MetaPlanet was founded in 1999, and it was a low-cost hotel company. Okay, so it draws on decades of expertise, being a Japanese company since its founding, and has extensive experience in finance, trading, and real estate. Now, in 2024, MetaPlanet's management actually did a strategic pivot. They pivoted away from their hotel business. The main reason being is because COVID absolutely wrecked their business. They got locked down for a long time. People couldn't stay at their hotels, therefore revenue went down. And just like Saylor's Microstrategy company, where they were at an impasse, do we let the company die or do we fight? MetaPlanet went ahead and did the exact same thing. Now, their pivot is in exactly that, Bitcoin. Accumulating Bitcoin to increase Bitcoin per share for their shareholders and for their company. And they have actually started doing the preferred stock route, following in strategies and Michael Saylor's blueprint, following in their steps in order to provide yield to Japanese citizens and Japanese investors. Let's go ahead and go on the company analytics. Let's break down MetaPlanet, because this is one of the reasons I am so incredibly bullish in this company, their future prospectus, and what they have going on, and the beautiful business model that they're actually designing. So let's look at MetaPlanet and let's dig into the company and see if my bullishness is actually founded, or if, I'm just blowing smoke of people's what. So let's take a look at it. All right, you guys. So here you can see MetaPlanet's analytics. You can find this on metaplanet.jp and see what the company's about, what the balance sheet looks like, and what they're planning to do in the future, right? So as of this time, Bitcoin price is $68,712 per Bitcoin. Now, MetaPlanet's stock price as of today is $2.26. Now, if you look at it, they're kind of known to be trading between $2 and $3. But when they adopted the Bitcoin playbook, they went all the way up to about $15. Okay. With another high at $12. And then we had this brutal Bitcoin drawdown, which, again, when you're talking about Bitcoin treasury companies, they're amplified Bitcoin. So they're going to go down more than the underlying asset itself because of the net leverage. Okay, so right now you're standing at $2.26. Now, as far as Bitcoin holdings, they hold 35,102 Bitcoins, and they're planning to hold 100,000 Bitcoins by the end of 2026. Okay, now they go ahead and Bitcoin yield. Okay, that's the amount of Bitcoin accumulated per share. Okay, so they give theirs every quarter. So we don't have one for the quarter of 2026 yet. But as you can see, Bitcoin yield increases quarter to quarter to quarter. right? Q3 2024 went up 41.7%. Q4 2024, 309.8%. Amazing. And then they kept on doing their thing. Okay, now the BTC gain, so the total amount of Bitcoin that they hold on their balance sheet has been increasing through time. If you look at just in Q2 of 2025, they added 5,237 Bitcoin. So this company's a lot smaller and has a lot less finance power than Strategy does, but they're getting there, and they're actually going to add their prefs, their preferred stock offerings here soon. I believe one of them is already in the Japanese market itself. So days since adoption of the Bitcoin standard is 1 year, 10 months, 9 days. Okay. And here you see their Bitcoin acquisitions. So just like Strategy does, they announce their Bitcoin acquisitions, and you see that they've steadily been increasing their Bitcoin accumulation. Now, one of the things that I really care about, okay, is this MNAV number. Okay, what's the MNAV? Well, it's the net asset value. Okay, so what are shareholders or investors paying at a premium to the net asset value of the underlying asset? In this case, is Bitcoin. So as you can see right now, it's 1.08. So you're getting the stock at an 8% increase in price than what the actual underlying commodity, the underlying asset, which is Bitcoin, is worth on their balance sheet. Now, keep in mind, during bull markets, this MNAV gets pretty large. I mean, we saw Strategy's MNAV go from 1.5 to 4x on the last rally, almost 5x, I think. Okay, so when you get the chance to buy a Bitcoin treasury company at close to 1 MNAV, that's when you know it's a good time to buy. Now, one thing that I care about a lot is the BTC rating. So that's the amount of collateral in Bitcoin that they have compared to the net leverage that they have on their balance sheet compared to their debt. Okay, so they have a 6.8x BTC rating, meaning they're almost 7 times over collateralized for their actual debt. Okay, their debt outstanding right now is 355 million, and the unrealized P&L at the time is negative 1.25 billion. Okay, so to me, the numbers in this company, you have to do one of two things when you're investing in a Bitcoin treasury company. Okay, number one, you have to trust in Bitcoin and be bullish on Bitcoin. And number two, you have to trust the company. Okay, now this company has shown to be a good steward of the Bitcoin standard on their balance sheet. And this is why I like this company, because the MNAV has never gone below 1.1x. So it's never gone below 1x. And then as well, their BTC yield has been increasing over time, and their BTC under management and the balance sheet has been increasing over time. And lastly, they're not diluting shareholder value, right? You're getting more Bitcoin per share over time. And then obviously the 6.8x BTC rating, I mean, you're 7 times over collateralized. I like that a lot. Okay, so now let's look at the preferreds that they're planning to roll out to the Japanese market. All right, so MetaPlanet launches 150 million Bitcoin-backed preferred equity. Okay, so MetaPlanet introduces a 2-tier preferred equity structure backed by Bitcoin. The new Mercury Class B shares raise 150 million and offer a 4.9% fixed dividend plus Bitcoin-linked upside. MetaPlanet becomes the third Bitcoin treasury company to launch perpetual preferred equity, joining MicroStrategy and Strive. We love those two. So all these 3 companies, MetaPlanet, MicroStrategy, and Strive, are going to become one of the 3 top holdings of the public portfolio that I'm going to roll out to you guys probably next week. Okay. So if we look here, they're going to launch 2 of them. They're going to launch Mars and Mercury. Okay. So the new structure begins with Mars, a senior Class A preferred share designed as a non-dilutive instrument providing monthly adjustable dividends. According to the head of strategy, Dylan Leclerc, the Mars dividend rate rises when the share price trades below par and falls when above, offering stable income and smoothing volatility. So their Mars instrument, their Mars preferred equity is the same thing as Stretch here in the US for strategy. Okay. Leclerc explains that Mars sits atop the capital stack, a senior to both Mercury and common equity, and features no conversion rights or dilution for common shareholders. Building on this, Metaplanet has also launched Mercury, a Class B perpetual preferred equity. The initial issuance comprises 23.61 million shares at 900 yen each, raising 21.25 billion yen, about 150 million, from institutional investors. Mercury pays a fixed 4.9% annual dividend with quarterly payments and features a conversion option tied to Bitcoin upside. It holds a liquidation preference and is junior to Mars but senior to common equity. So how you can think about Mercury's the strike. Okay, if you're familiar with strategies preferreds, Mercury's the strike, and then Mars is the stretch. Okay, so you have those two preferreds, and those two preferreds, I think, are really, really going to change the landscape, the financial landscape in Japan. Because for the longest time, decades, Japan has experienced a zero interest rate environment. What that means is that even though Japan is a nation of savers, they have not been rewarded on their savings. They don't get any yield back, any interest rate back on their savings. And Japan is a nation of savers, like I'm going to show you guys right now. And that those savings, because Japanese citizens hold 50% of their wealth in cash and cash derivatives that give no yield, which is insane. That is the total addressable market that Metaplanet is going after. Because for us, a 4.6% yield or a 6% yield may not seem like a lot. In Japan, for their citizens, it's multiples higher than what they're being offered right now, which is zero or damn near zero. And giving into the culture where people are already savers just by nature, man, I think Metaplanet's going to capture a big chunk of the Japanese saving market. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you guys can see in this article, Japanese savers have a quadrillion yen stashed away. Here's how much that is. And that is from Bloomberg. Now, if you continue reading on the article, there's a screenshot that I have for you guys from that same article. As Japanese equities soar to record highs after a decades-long slump, the government is now trying to encourage retail investors to put their 1 quadrillion yen in cash savings to work in the stock market. The latest Bank of Japan quarterly survey showed that households still have over 1 quadrillion yen, approximately $7 trillion in cash and savings as of the end of December. A quadrillion is about the same as the total number of stars in 10,000 Milky Ways, or the number of cells in the bodies of 28 adult men, by one estimate. Cash makes up 52.6% of household financial assets in Japan, much higher than the other countries due to the prolonged deflationary environment. According to the Bank of Japan, as of March 2023, the percentage of household assets held in cash in the U.S. stands at 12.6% and 35.5% in the Eurozone. So this is why I'm so incredibly bullish on this company. So now this company has a $7 trillion addressable market, total addressable market, TAM. Okay. And the amazing thing about it is that now that the Bank of Japan and the Japanese government is trying to incentivize and trying to get its people to go from saving money in cash to investing in the stock market, that is the frame onto which MetaPlanet is coming into with their preferreds. Now, I love buying stocks into weakness. Okay. And in July of this year, I mean, the stock was what? $13. And then we hit this brutal coin drawdown. And now the stock is trading at about $2.26. So I think that this company is totally a buy right now. I think that they are absolutely going to crush it in the Japanese market. And just think about it. Bitcoin now is 50% off from its all-time highs. You're buying a stock at $2.26. When Bitcoin was at its all-time highs, this stock went from $2 to $12 to $15. Okay, so there's huge amounts of upside here, but I don't think the upside is going to be short-lived. I think over time, MetaPlanet is going to continue to appreciate and continue to get bigger, stronger, and a more successful company, not just for themselves, but to reward the savers of Japan with the yield that they so much deserve for being such a country of savers. So yeah, this country's absolutely going to smash, and I think it's going to smash returns as well. So you guys, that's it for me. I'm incredibly bullish on this company. I think they're going to do fantastic things. And again, good things, right? Good things for shareholders. They're going to be good stewards of the company and good stewards of value, most specifically on their BTC rating and on their Bitcoin per share accumulation and on their MNAV. I think they're doing a great job. You're buying a stock into weakness right now. And I think it has huge potential upside. And they're providing a good service for the world. So what's better than that? MetaPlanet is going to be the next banking giant of Japan. And I think getting it at such a young stage is an absolutely incredible opportunity. So that's it for me, guys. Remember, if I've earned your subscription, only if I've earned it with this video and you got a lot of value from it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. The goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'm very excited that now people are seeming to enjoy the videos and commenting. Don't forget to like, comment if you're an investor in this company, or if you would like to be an investor in this company. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the future content. And remember, my name is Angel Rios. This is the Debasement Index, and this is a channel solely focused on building capital in a fiat world together. Have a great day, guys.